Travis Kelce call name wife Taylor Swift in his thank you speech to guests who at their wedding. As the band's final notes faded from the brightly lit hall, hundreds of guests remained seated. The atmosphere seemed to quiet down as Travis Kelce stepped onto the stage with microphone in hand. He was no longer the powerful NFL star he once was. Before his family, friends, and loved ones, Travis appeared with a gentle smile, his eyes filled with emotion, and a serenity many said they had never seen in him before. Applause echoed throughout the hall. Below, Taylor Swift smiled at her husband. She gently held her mother Andrea Swift's hand, while Donna Kelce, seated in the front row, repeatedly wiped away tears. Travis took a deep breath before beginning. First of all, thank you all. A simple sentence, yet it silenced the entire room. He looked around the auditorium. I know many people have flown thousands of miles to be here today. Some have been with me since I was a young boy in Cleveland. Some have been with Taylor since the very first day she picked up a guitar. A soft round of applause erupted. Travis continued. Today isn't just our day. It's a day for everyone who has loved, supported, and helped us to stand here. He paused for a few seconds. Then smiled. I want to say thank you to my wife. As soon as those two words were spoken, the entire auditorium erupted in cheers. Taylor bowed her head and chuckled. Travis looked directly at her. Taylor Swift. Not Taylor. Not Tay. He called out the full name of the woman he loved. The way he pronounced each word slowly caused the room to erupt in applause. Many later recounted that it was at that moment that they truly understood the meaning of the ceremony. It wasn't the name of a superstar. Not the name of an artist who had won dozens of Grammys. Nor the name of the most famous woman in the world. It was simply the name of his wife, the name Travis Kelce wanted to proudly call her in front of everyone. Taylor covered her mouth with both hands. Her eyes lit up with emotion. Travis smiled. Taylor. He shook his head. I've waited a long time to be able to call you my wife in front of everyone. The entire room erupted in delighted, sounds. Jason Kelce nudged Kylie's shoulder. My little brother is so romantic today. Kylie laughed. Perhaps this is the best speech she's ever given. At a table near the stage, Patrick Mahomes raised his glass in a toast. Brittany Mahomes smiled at Taylor. Donna Kelce could barely hold back her tears. Andrea Swift squeezed her husband Scott Swift's hand. Travis continued. Many people have asked me what the best thing in life is. He looked at Taylor. I used to think it was the Lombardi Trophy. The audience laughed. I used to think it was winning the Super Bowl. Another round of laughter erupted. But then I realized. He shook his head. The best thing is waking up every morning and knowing that Taylor Swift is by my side. The applause lasted almost a minute. Taylor could no longer hold back her tears. She smiled as tears of happiness rolled down her cheeks. Travis continued. Thank you for always believing in me. Thank you for seeing a Travis that very few people know. Not a player. Not a celebrity. Just a guy who's always trying to be better every day. The auditorium fell silent. It was the silence of people listening with all their hearts. Travis continued to recount the early days of their relationship. He remembered sending her the first bracelet with his phone number. He remembered the conversations that lasted for hours. He remembered the overnight flights just to see Taylor for a few hours before they both went back to work. Love isn't always easy, he said. There were days we were on opposite sides of the country. There were weeks we only got to see each other for a few hours. There were months with packed schedules. But we never stopped choosing each other. Taylor nodded. She smiled through her tears. Travis looked around the room. And today, he smiled. I can proudly introduce. He turned to Taylor. This is my wife. The room almost erupted in cheers. Jason stood up and applauded. Patrick Mahomes whistled excitedly. Donna Kelce hugged Andrea Swift. Both mothers were in tears. Travis continued to thank both sets of parents. He thanked Donna for always teaching him how to love his family. He thanked Ed Kelce for always being a wonderful father. He turned to Andrea and Scott Swift. Thank you for raising the most wonderful woman I've ever met. Andrea smiled. Scott nodded slightly. Then Travis looked down at the paper in his hand. He smiled. I prepared a 10-minute speech. The audience laughed. But then I realized. He folded the paper. No words can adequately express my gratitude. He placed the paper on the podium. From now on, I just want to speak from the heart. The entire audience rose. Applause erupted. In the warm yellow light of the party, Travis stepped down from the stage. He walked straight to Taylor. No further words were needed. He gently took her hand. Taylor smiled at her husband. The applause lasted almost without stopping as Travis Kelce embraced Taylor Swift in the center of the auditorium. Hundreds of guests rose to give the couple the warmest applause of the evening. The band gently switched to a piano piece, leaving a moment of emotional silence. Travis smiled softly at Taylor. I think I still have a few things to say. Taylor chuckled, nodding gently as if to say, go ahead. Groanious laughter erupted throughout the auditorium. Travis returned to the podium amidst cheers from the audience. Don't worry, he joked. This time I promise I won't speak longer than a 4-round match. Laughter erupted again. Even the staff standing at the back of the hall smiled. The atmosphere lightened after the emotional moments. But then Travis suddenly became serious. I'd like to spend a few more minutes talking about the people who contributed to making this day possible. He looked toward the Kelce family's table. Mom. Donna Kelce looked up. Thank you, Mom. Just 3 simple words. Donna immediately covered her mouth with her hand. Mom always told Jason and me that the greatest victory isn't the trophy, but being a good man. Travis paused. When I was little, I didn't understand that. Every week I only thought about football. But now. He smiled. I understand. Mom was right. Donna bowed her head, wiping away tears. Jason gently put his arm around his mother's shoulder. The entire room fell silent. Travis then looked at his father. Dad. Ed Kelce smiled and raised his glass. Thank you for always driving us to practice every weekend. Thank you for the long rides. Thank you for never missing a game. Ed nodded slightly. His eyes gleamed with pride. If it weren't for Mom and